charge of running a project earlier this year to define how Samsara runs trials with our prospects and customers. As I started to research how we run our trial motion, actually a couple sales reps at Samsara said, hey, we caught wind of this really cool new sales tool out there in the market called Accord. I've used it with a few of my deals and it's been super successful.
Accord came to us actually from some of our tenured sales folks at Samsara, people that had been here for many years, had done trials with our prospects and customers over the course of years as well. And part of what they were looking for was a way to create mutual action plans to make sure that we could hold our prospects accountable to what they were looking for, but also just to up-level our own professionalism and quality.
When I first heard about the tool, obviously as someone who is on the operations side, I was super excited about the ability to kind of give our reps a template and give them a standard process that we wanted them to follow. And that was really the goal behind the whole project that I was running, was not only define what the standard looks like, but figure out how to get it out to our field at mass and make something really repeatable and easy for them to follow. I think my only skepticism about the tool was that sales reps don't like tools. They just want to call and text their prospects. You know, you say, hey, go log this in Salesforce, and they're immediately met with a negative reaction.
My first impression of Accord was, transparently, maybe it wasn't necessary. We had done business the way that we had done business for a long time, and so we had been using Google Sheets, and that worked great. But once we actually got into the tool and I saw the reaction from our prospects, I realized that the old way of doing business wasn't going to work anymore.
When evaluating Accord, we really wanted to fix the problem of a mutual action plan that was accessible both by our internal sales teams and our trial success managers. We didn't have to worry about permissions issues from our customers. We needed one place where we could upload all of the resources that they needed, set the next steps and timeline, and have it be easily accessible by everyone involved on our side and on their side. We ultimately chose Accord due to the clean user interface and the ability to surface a best-in-class buying experience.
Our general approach to rolling out Accord across all of Samsara has really been to start with our largest, most strategic accounts and standardize what our upmarket motion looks like. That tends to really be the most complex, have the most steps, have the most players. So we really wanted to define like a single pane of glass across all of these different folks for them to follow.
Here at Samsara, we run some very large and complicated trials with both hardware and software involved. Our approach was to basically hire a trial success manager team, 6 experts on the trial experience who were tasked with implementing this Accord playbook, running our large trials at Samsara, and showing what a best-in-class trial experience looked like.
We've actually done it in phases, so we're not fully rolled out at this point. We started with our enterprise segment, which is the team that does the most complex trials and the teams that probably utilize the playbooks the most.
How we built excitement with Accord was definitely leaning on those reps that we had used in our pilot with Accord and finding some really clear examples of early wins that they had had using the tool. So every time we had an enablement session or went to a team meeting about the tool, we would have a sales rep, their manager, their sales engineer kind of do a quick deal spotlight and showcase some of the wins that they had from the tool. We actually even had some now customers who love the tool so much that they mentioned to their sales rep, hey, I want to go investigate using Accord for my own customers. Managers got really excited as they started to see the level of depth of deal information that they had in Accord, and they were able to really quickly, click into a deal, do a deep dive without needing to be on their phone with the rep and get a really understanding of how healthy the deal was and where it was.
Accord has actually changed the way that we work with our sales leaders and how they're having conversations with their frontline teams by implementing essentially a visual representation of where a prospect is within the trial journey. It also gives sales leaders a bit more insight into the types of conversations that AEs are having with their prospects, because you can see all of the resources that they've linked within the Accord. You can also see the progress that they've made, as well as where they might be getting stuck and needing support.
I think my elevator pitch for why Accord works for us is that when you have new reps, they really want to learn off of the tribal knowledge that the rest of the team has accumulated, and we've been able to build all that tribal knowledge into each of the playbooks. And I think being able to standardize the way that our reps are running trials provides a best-in-class experience by the end of the trial that the customers really recognize.
So we use a handful of metrics to understand Accord's ROI to Samsara in our business. So first, we focus on how quickly are we running through our trials. So we actually look at days within a trial as well as our trial conversion rate. So what % of those deals that go through an Accord trial process actually go to the next stage of proposal and decision. And then we also look at how long is a customer in the trial stage before they move forward.
As someone who's implemented a variety of software for sales reps, for customer success managers, teams are generally not super excited when they get a new piece of software that they have to use in their day-to-day. Accord has been the tool that in my career I've seen people be most excited about adopting.